within 6 years. And I think it's too long time. If this is good, okay, if the publication is a good thing for connecting alumni overseas, why should we use 6 years to do the project or to produce one book? Okay? You know, imagine in CHK we have alumni in over 100 countries. Believe me, okay? So we need to do it faster. Otherwise, we will spend 100 years to do that. So that's the problem I identified. Okay? So look at the cover. The first one is CU alumni in New York. Another one is CU alumni in San Francisco, San. So only we rely on one alumnus, okay, Mr. Ho, to encourage other overseas alumni associations to do that. And they need to pull up the money, and then they can start the publishing. Okay, they need to collect the money first, so that they can start the publishing. You know what I mean? So every time Mr. Ho come to an overseas alumni association and persuade them, okay, write up the articles, and then we can consolidate the articles into a book. But we need the publishing costs. Okay, publishing need money, and you need to give me money, and then I can publish the book for you. Okay, so alumni association, the overseas alumni, they need to spend time in fundraising for the publication project. That's the key problem that I identify, because I think we don't need to wait for them to get fundraising. So I have an idea that maybe we can do it faster. So I suggest we make up a publishing committee, and then we make up some long-term plan, and also we inject the publishing fund for the publishing committee. Why we inject the publishing fund is a kind of a donation. Okay, we ask for a donation from an alumnus, and then we have a funding, say $300,000 Hong Kong dollar. Okay, we make use of the publishing fund as a buffer, or maybe as a loan for any overseas alumni association. If they want to publish a book, then they don't need to get a fundraising exercise. All they need to do is pull up the articles. Okay, invite your alumni friends to write up the article first, and then send to us through email, send Hong Kong, and then we will publish that for you. After we publish that for you, then you can what? You will buy that. Why do you want to buy that? Because it's your publication. You are one of the writers, one of the authors in the book. So you will buy that, and you will pay a higher price to buy that, because it's a gift. It's a souvenir. It's a contribution to the CHK school of your mother. So what we're doing is we use the publishing fund as a buffer to do that, and we also connect them with the internet. So my idea is, okay, we structure the whole committee, and then we link up with all other overseas alumni association, especially the alumni affairs office, and also development office, fundraising office, and also publishers, and then we link everything up. Okay. And I have some cost estimation on how to do that, and how we can expand it more on an internet basis, on how to maybe connect with the Google Earth or map with our alumni locations. Okay, so remember this is written 2 years ago. Okay, 2007. Okay, I also include Google Earth and Google Map, and we are now still using that. Okay, and more vigorously in mobile and iPhone, location-based things. So the CHK Alumni Publishing Project is one of the problem-solving approach. That all I have is one idea. Okay, I identify the problem of very slow production process. Okay, and then I add on some new ideas, restructure the framework, and then we can make up a very fast one. Now we have 8 books published. Okay, within 2 years. Okay. Every year we have 4 books published. Before that, 1 book every 6 years. Okay, so look at that. What the change I can bring, or we can bring to any organization. This one is another case that I really do that. I will not go over into the details of this one. Okay, this is a T-shirt project that I go into. There's a role in 2003. Okay, it's 6 years ago. Okay, I created this one from zero because I encountered a Japanese client. They have a lot of printers on their factory in Hong Kong, and more than 20 million of cost of equipment here. And they are running a lot with laws because they don't know how to do business. So I make use of their printing technology, their T-shirts, and then we revamped the business model of trying to build a tailor-made or customized T-shirt printing. Traditionally, T-shirt is in mass production because the cost of mass production is much lower, okay, for T-shirt. Okay. But the weaknesses of this mass production is what? You don't have much design and pattern, right? Because every time if you have mass production, you only have one design. Okay, one design for 100 T-shirt. Okay. But if we use the Japanese technology, they can print every design different in different T-shirts. Okay, so they can print one T-shirt for one design, another T-shirt for design B, another T-shirt for design C. Everyone can be different. So the business model can be different. If we tell the customer, you can choose your design for T-shirt, I think most of us will be, oh, good, I can print my own T-shirt, right? I don't need to be the same as the people on the street. So I just changed it. Okay, traditional model is you have 100 designs from the designer, you can select only 10 designs and then do a mass production. But now we have 100 designs and we can push design all to the market. And then we can customize and produce that. So, of course the cost is higher, but not too high. So what I'm doing is I invent, or I try to bring up partners, okay, to the company. I bring up with big retail network to the company. I bring up with Kodak, and also bring up with tourist association, bring up with a movie company, bring up with fashion design or art design people. It's not an imagination, okay, actually I've done that before. So, but everything is just an idea, okay. I remember when I pitched the idea to the owner, okay. I'm in the boardroom. I was in the boardroom and talk about this one by one, and they are quite fascinated about everything. But ultimately, I defined the workflow, everything, how to do it, align partners, and so on. Then ultimately, we actually launched the product, okay, with 70 shops, okay, in Kodak. 70 shops in Kodak, we don't need to pay them, okay. We are just teaching the shopkeeper how to sell our product, and then we share the revenue with them. And they don't need to invest in us. So they think, oh, good deal, because they have more to sell and they can earn more. And then within one day, I have 74 shops on the market without paying anything, right? So it's a crossover. It's a crossover of business, collaboration. But how can I do that? I don't know anyone from Kodak. I just walk up and make friends. And then I want to propose something. And then they receive me. And then of course it's not done within one day. Okay? It has to be done within 3 to 4 weeks.